Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Jocelyn, where we are in the middle of a rental series on how to set up rentals in Second Life, because that's what Kendra Boo from the Kendra Project and I are doing. We are setting up rentals here on the DDC land that we took a couple months to build out, which playlist is on our channel, so you can see that. And let me try to get some announcements out of the way, because I'll forget this by the time we're done. First thing is, make sure that you check the show notes below, because there's lots of information in there, including the public landmark to the common area land that we have here, that you can come hang out. Let's look at it, shall we? This whole middle section is public land with the farm. There's bumper boats down there. There's games over here at the bar. There's games over here in this one. Just chill places to hang out. As you can see, we've added some stuff. We're still decorating. But we're going to do a final walkthrough for you guys, so you can see everything. We got bunnies. Look at the bunnies. Do you see the little bunnies? There he goes, hopping. Okay. Anyway, not the point. So if you want to come hang out, visit, bumper boats, whatever, you can come hang out. That'll be in the show notes, because that is public access over there. And if you are interested in one of these rentals that we have, we've got 4 rentals on the land. And if you are interested in that, we also have a link in the show notes that is a interest form that you can inquire about these. So feel free to do that. What else do we need to announce? I like music. How about we announce that? I'm drinking coffee. Y'all, no, I don't drink my coffee black in real life. Can't do that. It's more like a latte. But that's not the point either. Okay. Make sure you check show notes. Lots of stuff in there for you guys to see. Our Discord channel, Kendra Boo's channel, a link to that if you haven't subscribed to her channel, so that you can keep in the loop of all the things that we're doing. Alright, so today in this video, which is part 3 of the rental series, there's 5 parts, so we're almost done. But in part 3, we're going to talk about the rental details, because there's things that you need to have in place before we actually set up the actual Casperlet system and the box and everything. So let's talk about some prep work and things that you need to make sure you have in place. This will just make the rest of this go much faster. Alright, so let me get my screen set, because you know I'm gonna have to show y'all some things on the side while I'm drinking my little coffee over here this morning. Woo! Y'all, can you believe we're in the first week of July? It's gonna be Christmas tomorrow, I'm just saying. Alright, so let's talk about it. What are the things that you need, or that's gonna make this easier for you to set up? The first thing is that you need the actual details for the rental. So this is gonna include already having a land group, which I talked about in the first video in the series, and the second. You need a parcel name for your parcel of land, a description for it, you need a rental image taken, and you need the UUID off of that. So let me show you what that is, in case you don't know what a UUID is, because that sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? Okay, Stilted Beach Cabin. So this is an image, right? And right here is a button that says UUID. If you click on that, it will copy it. Let me make a note card real quick and paste it so you can see. So that's the UUID. And then if I paste it, that's what a UUID looks like. So you will need that when you get ready to set this up in the Casper system. Okay, let me delete that because I don't want it, but we do want this. We'll keep that. Okay, so that's the UUID. You need a landmark for your rental. I usually stand near the rental box and make a landmark and then save that. You need to figure out your weekly price that you're going to charge for it, or daily if you're doing a daily rental, if you can rent it by the day or however you decide to do it. We're going to do ours weekly. The prim allowance, which is how much land impact or how many prims they get on the parcel. And then there's an option to do profit sharing. So if you're doing this with other people, and you're like partners in that whole venture, then you can actually set it up when anybody pays a rental, it will split it how you say between anybody you're profit sharing with. And you also need textures for your security system, and if you're going to advertise, which I'll show you. We've got like this is the texture if it's vacant, because the Prim God made these because he does it a lot faster. Because he's used to doing this a lot. So there's the vacant one. Here's one when it's taken, if it's going to be nice to me in res. See, taken, vacant. Then we have one that's just plain. So these are all textures for advertising purposes. And then the security system, when I set that up in video 5, when we do that, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's this logo that we put on the security system panels for our rentals. And then here's just the regular land group logo, which is not going to res. There it goes. So just if you'll make those things ahead of time and keep your stuff organized in a folder, it'll make your life a lot easier when you get ready to set stuff up. Alright, so that is what you need as far as details on the rental. The other things that you're going to need, there's 2 other things you need set up, and it's the rental note cards. You'll need one note card that is given when people haven't rented but they're interested in renting and they want to know more information. So that's your general information card. And then you want a tenant note card so that after they rent, they get this note card from their box and it gives them all the information that you want them to have. So basically how we came up with ours is we thought, okay, if I'm going to go to look at a place that I might want to rent, what are some of the questions I would have? And so here's the things that we decided to put on our general information note card. These are the things I would definitely include because they're usually the questions that people have. So I would put your contact info, which you can drag your little calling card over to it to put it in there. The parcel name and description, the prims, and the price per week that you have there. Features of the rental, like does it have privacy, security, is it landscaped, does it have a house on it, is it furnished, is it unfurnished, that you can change the music on your parcel, you have control over the music where you live, and if there's any rules that you have, or if you have a covenant, you can set that up in the about land details. If it's on a sim like this one where there's other community activities that they can do, then just kind of list what are some of the activities they can do and places they can go on the sim. You could put a landmark for each one if you want to. And then also on the general note card, I would include either a link to a waiting list or how to get on the waiting list for that property, or an interest form if they're interested in renting it. We use Google Forms for ours because it's just easier to use that for us. So those are the things I would put on the general information note card. And in the next couple of videos, well, in the next video, you'll see how that works as far as getting the card and all that when they rent or when they want to rent. The next one is the tenant note card, which means after they actually pay the box and rent the property, they need a note card, which basically welcomes them and tells them, you know, how to do different things and talks about all the things that now that they're renting the parcel, they have access to. So things that we include on the tenant note card is, of course, your contact info, which group to join. They need a group invite. What rental box buttons do, because when you click on it and the blue box comes up and there's all these buttons, we'll go over that in the next video. How to use their security system, their prim allowance, and how to check their land impact to see how they are doing on prims and how many they have left. how to return items. Like on our land, since it's already decorated, if you don't want some of the items, you can return them to us and put your own stuff out if you'd like to. So we'll tell them how to do that. How to invite someone to the group in case you have somebody who's going to live with you or somebody that's going to visit often and you want them to have access to your parcel. You need to invite them to the IDDC land management group. How to change the music on the land, because that's usually the first thing I always want to know. How do I change this music? And then how to set the parcel to the home location if they want to. And then different things to do on the sim. So because Kendra Boo and I are YouTube people and we like videos and visuals, we have a note card that, let me show you. We have a note card that has all this written down. Wait, that's not it. I didn't put it in a folder last night. Look, y'all, my inventory is starting to get a little wonky. Okay, this is our potential note card, like the general info. And then this is oh, I'm sorry. Hang on, I was in the right place. This is why I need to keep my inventory organized. It's not in objects, that's for weddings. Bless my heart. I need more coffee. Here it is, new tenant note card. This was an example of what we're working on. So we have questions, and what we're going to do, because we're YouTube people, is make a video for each one of these. So not only do you have written instructions, but we'll do video links, and we're going to put them in here so that if you're a video person or you'd rather see an example of how it's done, then you have that. But you could just type it all out, give them instructions. My advice is to be proactive so that you anticipate the questions that they might have. And just think about what things you would ask and why you would contact the person you're renting from to ask. Like, what are you going to ask them? Try to put that stuff in the note card. And that way it kind of helps ease that transition and give them all the information. Alright, so next part of this is going to be actually setting up the Dropbox. And this one is pretty easy. Now, before you set up your Dropbox, the Dropbox is basically the part where we are going to put our general info note card, our landmark for the property, and our tenant note card. And the Dropbox stays on the parcel, and then that is what we'll get at. We'll walk over here. Let's walk through the water, get my feet wet. So basically, this is the rental mailbox. We're going to be setting it. Bam! I'll show y'all how to take this object, because it's just a mailbox, and turn it into the rental box in the next video. But anyway, we need to drop everything in a box so that the rental system, when it's somebody checking the information, because it's not rented, will give them the correct note card. And if it is rented, they'll know it's a tenant, and they'll give the tenant note card. So when you do this and get ready to res your Dropbox, you need to make sure that you have the land group tag on for the land group that owns the land, which is the IDDC land management. So let me activate that. I'll turn my tags on. See that? So I got my tag on. Then the next thing is we need to come in and we need to res the Dropbox. It's going to be in the Casperlet Rental System folder. This is what we're going to get into in the next video. So here's the Dropbox, Caspertech Dropbox 2.70. So I'm going to I'm going to res that. I'm going to res it. And then when I res it, it's going to give me a pop-up. See this pop-up? It wants to allow access for Linden dollars, and this is fine because it's all part of the rental system. It's not just going to take money out of your account. It's so that when somebody gets ready to pay things, it's all connected, and it will only take what's specified Okay, so don't freak out when you see that and be like, no, you can't have my money. That's not what it's trying to do. Okay, so here's the Dropbox. If I edit this object, I'm not used to having my build box on this side. Isn't it funny, the little routines we get into? See, it says Caspertech Dropbox, so it has the script in it. Now, I need to create a landmark because I haven't done that yet. So let me go down here, create a landmark for this rental. Click OK. Then we're going to open a second window. Go to Recent, Landmarks. There's my landmark. So let me come to my rental folder, the beach cabin. I'm going to put my landmark in there because it belongs with the Stilted Beach Cabin. Then I don't lose it and I know exactly where it is. Alright. So at this point, we need to drop into the Dropbox the things that we want to be given, like the general note card, the tenant note card, and the landmark. Those are the 3 things we're going to put in here. So, just as an example, I'll show you. So here is the new tenant note card. So we'll put that in here. I'll drag it over. Now it's in the Dropbox. And I'm going to put the Stilted Beach Cabin landmark. Drag it over and let go. Now it's in the Dropbox. And then where is our potential? There it is. And then I'll just drop this one in. Now, here's the thing. Drag it over. So those are the 3 things that I want in the Dropbox. Okay. You can change these at any time. So we are going to be updating these note cards. And when we update them, I will come in and I'll delete the old one and just delete it. And I'll put in the new one. So it's very, very easy. Every time you need to change something in a Dropbox, just swap it out. And then you'll see why it's important to have the Dropbox in the next video. Okay. I'll show you how all this is connected. Now, one of the things that I do for the Dropbox, because it has to stay on the parcel, is I will move it. And this is just how I do it. You can do it however you want to, but nobody wants to see that, right? So what I do is I will come over here, and I've decided that Dropboxes on properties over here, the ones that we have, is going to be on the back left of the property at the corner of the rental. That way I put it in the same place every time and I know exactly where it is when I have to change stuff out, because you don't want to place it all willy-nilly on every single one and then be like, where's the Dropbox, because then you got to do a search and blah blah blah. So we're just going to stick this over here on this property. We're going to stick that there because I can still get to it. It's still within the boundary. And then what I do is I go to texture and we're going to make it 85% transparent down here. And then I'll close my box. But you see that? So I can still see it pretty easily if I need to put something there. But it's not going to be like in the way. And it's not going to be glaringly obvious that it's there. See it down there? You could make it 100% transparent if you wanted to. I mean, that's up to you, but I like to be able to see it a little bit because I can locate it quicker. Alright, so that is the Dropbox. So we are done with this video. Pretty quick, huh? Pretty quick. So y'all know how this goes, right? Please give the video a thumbs up if you like it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video and when I go live, because we're going to be live streaming here in a little bit too. Missing my live streams. And we will be doing the final walkthrough of this land, the DDC land, because we've done stuff to it since y'all saw it last. And Kendra Boo and I will each do walkthroughs of our houses that are on the sim and our land and what we did with those as well, because it's changed since Christmas. All right, I think that's it. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Drop them in the comments. If I don't know the answer, I will find you the answer and do my best. Okay? Alright, 2 more videos in the series and we're done with the rentals. I'm excited. Oh, make sure you check the show notes because y'all know we got all the information down in the show notes, right? Right? Okay. We will see you guys in the next one.